Hey folks, I'm H2 and you're on the F3 channel. Hey, it's October 13, 2018, and this is the month that I officially supposed to receive my retirement pay from the military. Spent 34 years in the military. The time has come to collect my retirement. Well, so 2 years ago, I put in my application to retire so that there would be a seamless transition from military pay to retirement pay. Well, the time has come and gone, and there is no pay. And so, a couple of months ago, I called and talked to HRC, which is Human Resource Command, the retirement branch, to make sure there was no issues, because I had some changes to make in terms of the points. My calculation. So anyway, they said, yep, everything is good. We've already sent your packet to DFAS, which is the Defense Finance Administration Command. I don't know. But it's the finance branch of the government. So they had my packet, and I called there to find out, hey, how much am I going to get? What is it going to be? Because no one has said jack diddly exactly how much you're going to get. So I called there and they said, well, we don't have your packet, and you're going to have to call your branch to find out why they haven't sent your packet. So I said, okay. I hung up with them. Now, this is after being on hold for many minutes. I hang up with them, call Army branch, and they said, oh, no, they don't know what they're talking about. They never look in the system. You got to talk to a supervisor. I said, okay. So I hung up with them and called DFAS back. And the rep give me the whole skinny all over again. I had to let her go through the whole spiel there before I got to the point of saying, can I speak to your supervisor? And so she reluctantly, I can hear it in her voice, turned me over to a supervisor, and the supervisor looks in the system and, nope, do not have your application. They always say they sent it, but we don't have it, and you're going to have to call them back to get it. And I said, instead of doing this finger pointing of who didn't do the right thing, could we do a conference call and get everybody on the line to find out where the problem is? Because right now it's a whole lot of finger pointing of you supposed to do this or you didn't do this, and basically I'm the one stuck in the middle trying to figure this out. I'm supposed to be getting a paycheck, but not getting a paycheck yet. So she put me on hold and did some calling, and then finally came back and said, hey, I left a message for them. They normally call me back pretty quick. But as soon as they give me an answer, we'll get this resolved, and I'll call you back. So a couple of days later, she did leave me a message and said they got the packet, and they're expediting my packet in order to get me paid. So all that to say this, what lessons could you learn from that particular experience? And so that's the question I had to ask myself. And so I came up with 3 things I think that are lessons that I should learn from this particular experience. The first one is do your part. And so I think I've done my part. I had researched what I needed to do in order to retire, and I followed all of the guidelines, filled out all the paperwork, sent it where I supposed to send it, and did all those things to do my particular part. The second lesson here is to know what happens next and when. And so, even though that was 2 years ago, I would say I didn't know what was supposed to happen next. I knew I had to wait 2 years because they told me, we can't tell you anything. I mean, we're so backlogged that we don't even look at your packet until you're 30 days out. So, I had no idea what was going to happen and waited till after that time had passed by before I followed up to find out nothing had happened. The third lesson here is to verify everyone has what they need in order to do their job. And so in this particular situation, Army Retirement Branch, did they have my packet or my application to retire? And then DFAS, which is the finance agency, did they have my packet in order to process it for payment? And so while I thought those two things were covered, they obviously were not, and thereby has delayed my retirement pay. And so as I thought about those three particular lessons, I thought, these lessons can be applied in many different aspects of our lives. When I think about doing your part, many times we want to point fingers at someone else or pull the plank from someone else's eye, and we haven't done our particular part. So you can't control what other people will or will not do, but it should not determine whether you're going to do your part or not. And the second one there is knowing what happens next and when. What that tells me is you have to do some planning. In your life, you're going to have a plan. You can't just go through life day by day seeing what's going to happen. Everything that you plan doesn't automatically come into fruition, but having a plan allows you to adjust from a known point, opposed to just waffling out there in the wild. And then the third one is making sure everybody have what they need in order to do their job. And that kind of goes back to following up that everybody in the particular process is tracking what they need to do. Not that you need to do their job, but you need to know what their job is and what components they need in order to do their job. So if you're a supervisor out there, that's going to be that's really your foundation, or your mantra is making sure your employees have what they need in order to do their job. All right. So that's my thoughts on it. And again, my particular situation and why I don't have my retirement pay, kind of fell through the cracks, but hopefully that'll get resolved here soon and I can bring on that other stream of income. All right. So H2, appreciate you joining me here on the channel. You have a great day.